If Garden of Eden cannot be found in map of the world, then there is no Garden of Eden anywhere. Trust me, that Garden of Eden is Africa. All these things are just stories. What is called instinct of productivity, protected with armies of distraction. Follow me carefully. That Garden of Eden in question is Africa, because as illustrated and explained, that is the same way Africa is. Africa is a land where any seed you put on the ground will germinate, do well. The fruit and the leaf will give you food. The root will give you medication. Africa is a land full of mineral resources, name it, gold, ornament, brass, diamond, crude oil, coal, name it, limestone. Africa is a land where there is no natural disaster like tsunami, earthquake, snow, winter, and all these climatic factors. That is Africa. So God now did what is called productivity mindset, protected with armies of distraction. So that Adam will never acquire knowledge to know the value of limestone, to know the value of gold, to know the value of brass, ornaments, diamond, crude oil, coal, and all these mineral resources and what it can be used for. Because God now found out that if should Adam acquire knowledge to know the value of these things, there is no way these things can be moving from Africa to England. There is no way this thing can be moving from Africa to European countries. When I talk about God in this context, I'm literally referring to government of the day of the Europeans. When I talk about Adam, I'm literally referring to African government and African people. That's why they have instituted what I call the matrix structures, such as Christianity, in order to make you look up on one heaven at last somewhere. Why they come to extort your mineral resources to build their own heaven here on earth. There is no heaven anywhere. There is no Garden of Eden anywhere that God protected with some angels. That Garden of Eden is Africa. And this is why African youth has remained daft till today. Because they have channeled all their mindsets to God and all their expectations from God. Now God will come down from heaven, can't give you steady electricity. Now God will come down from heaven, can't give you good roads so that accidents will stop happening. And now God will give you good hospitals so that people will stop dying untimely. So have you seen it? Productivity mindset protected with armies of distraction, where they have to cook up some stories to tell you that God put apple in the Garden of Eden and tell Adam that if you eat this apple, you will die. That kind of story. To shift your mind away from trying to seek for knowledge, trying to find out, trying to know, trying to acquire knowledge so that you can be productive. I don't know if you are getting my point. That is why African governments now depend on European governments. Every year, Nigeria, they go borrow money from Europe. Every year, Nigeria, they go borrow money from America. Then when Nigerian government borrow the money, then they will now come and start sucking our mineral resources, sucking our crude oil. Because they borrow that money to you because they know that you will still return the money back to them in one way or the other. They know you will still return the money back to them by buying their products, because there is no, you cannot produce anything, you cannot produce any of those products. So you need the products, so you will come and buy it with the same money you borrow from them. Then after squandering the money, you will still come and borrow another one. They will keep sucking crude oil, keep sucking mineral resources. Why? Because they have protected your instinct of technology, your instinct of productivity with armies of distraction, where they have to enact structures like Western educational system to impact knowledge you can only write on paper. Knowledge that you can never apply in real life to solve a real life problem. Then they now enacted Christianity to make you now start looking up to one heaven somewhere, heaven at last that never exists. In order to distract you from being productive, so that they can have their chances and opportunity of sucking your mineral resources, finding your gold, sucking your crude oil, using it to build their own heaven here on earth in European countries.